Welcome to Car Show Clips, a production of VintageCarStudios.com. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go!
My proper name is Harold Burket II, but most of my friends and everybody know me as Corky. It was a nickname I was given early in life. I have a 1953 Henry J drag car. It's called the Ombre. I take it to some nostalgia races, and I've been to York Nationals with it, and I like to enjoy it a little bit. I get it out and run it a little bit once in a while. It's a toy. It's something nice to have, collectible piece. Kaiser Frazer produced a Henry J from about 51 to 54. It was sold through Sears as an Allstate. They were a compact car, 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder, could have a 3-speed overdrive. Some of the first models, unless you had a deluxe, didn't even have a trunk in them. And they're a really good car for their time. They were sort of ahead of their time. I gained an interest in one when I was younger. I used to go to my neighbor's house and swim in their pool, and right behind them they had a gentleman had a 1953 Henry J that he drag raced, and I always liked the shape and the size of them. Thought it was a really cool little car. The Henry J started out as a family car, like I said, an economy car. They had the overdrive, they had the 4-cylinder. They were very good on gas. They're very economical. They're a very affordable car. It sort of reminds you of when Henry Ford made the Model Ts and the Model A's. He made them affordable for everybody, and that's what Kaiser Frazer tried to capture, I think, with their car. Kaiser Frazer, when he built the Henry J, it had a full frame under the car, but for economics or for upkeeping purposes, I put an S10 frame under my car, so I'd have the feature of disc brakes and the A-arms and all the bushings. I could buy anything over the counter at Napa for the car. So I started out with a 1953 body from the firewall back. I got off a friend of mine. It was in good shape, and I put it on an S10 frame. I made mounts on the frame so the Henry J would directly bolt to it. The frame was shortened for the Henry J wheelbase. I left the S10 springs under the rear. I put a 9-inch Curry rear end under it with 513 gears. The car features a 4-speed in it with a V-gate, they call it a V-gate shifter. What it is, you pull the handle up, put it in first gear, and you just pull it straight back and forth through each gear. You don't have an H pattern anymore. It has a blow-proof bell housing on it. It has a 350 Chevrolet in it that I modified. I took the 350 and I offset stroked the crank and put a set of good pistons in it and a good cam and everything. And it's a real good, it's a decent motor. It was the lot of stuff I had. I barter a lot of my stuff because I'm not rich and famous like a lot of people, so I do what I can do with what I have. I made a C-altered car. I actually pushed the motor back through the firewall some for it was running C-altered, and we put the car in an epoxy primer. I wanted the car to look like a nostalgia car like most of the people could afford and run in a day. Not everybody could afford a fancy paint job or a shiny car. Yeah, I wanted the car to look like it'd been around for a while. I wanted the car to look like, you know, two brothers, two friends, a guy that worked all week and had a couple extra bucks and could trade her off like mechanic work in the evening or whatever to put this car together and to run this car. That's not a high dollar car, but it has some good, really good pieces in the car. The car with the right engine, if I want to put a big motor in it, I could go as fast as I want to go, but I'm happy with the car. It doesn't break much, and it's pretty dependable. Still getting the bugs out. Always have something to tinker with. He says, well, let me sell you some good parts. I said, I don't want the good parts. I want some older parts. I mean, Henry J's this old always have a little bit of rust on them or a little wear and tear, so I got an old hood and a pair of old fenders, and I worked them out a little bit and put them on the car. And I had the motor laying around. It was in plastic and wraps, and I had to gather up a few pieces, but I built it from like October of 12 to July of 13. We had it done in time to take it down to what was called a jalopy run. I think it was August of 13, but the car wasn't quite running yet. But you know, it takes time and money, and I just had a little bit of each, and I just did what I could do when I could do it. Well, I like to go to Beaver Springs. It's sort of my home track. It's a nice track, very nice people, very nice track. And they had a jalopy showdown one fall. And it's for people that have, cars they put together, not the best cars in the world, but they run 8th mile, so they can let them run a lot of different things that you wouldn't normally see run at a drag strip. So I took the car down, and it was nostalgia stuff has been coming around and around. And I didn't happen to know it at the time, but there was a girl there that took pictures for rotting, and they saw the Henry J there, and I had the only Henry J that day, and she actually got a picture of me doing a burnout in the Henry J, which I thought was pretty neat. I had no idea till my friends approached me. It's like, it comes out quarterly. It was probably April or May of like the next year. Hey, you got to pick a magazine up. You got to pick a magazine up. So I go out and look, and wow, there's my Henry J. I was really thrilled. I thought that was pretty neat. It's like my 15 minutes of fame, I guess, And being that I have a Henry J and I've always liked them, I've collected a few pictures of different people's running their Henry J's at different places, and some famous cars and some not so famous cars and some friends' cars, and I got a die cast of a Henry J. I was waiting for that to come out. I ordered that. It was about a year and a half till I got it. I could hardly wait on that because I wanted a die cast of the Henry J. I just, like I said, I always liked the cars. I've been fortunate and dumb luck, some of it, I guess you'd say.
Visit our growing collection on Facebook at Car Show Clips and online at VintageCarStudios.com, where you can commission our unique artwork. Enjoy the memories and the machines.